now for our feature fight. You see the numbers. This has something very special in the offing at 135 pounds. Abby Velazquez versus Reggie Barnett Jr.
Man, and these guys are two of our most experienced guys. Look at that. They both had 5 fights here at BKFC. Weight is obviously very similar. They fought before. Actually, one of those losses that Abby has is to Reggie Barnett. Can't wait to see this rematch.
The mutual respect. Right to work we go. Round number 1.
Abby likes to come right off that line. I've seen you knock somebody down in 1 second before.
Black and yellow trunks for Abby Velazquez. White and blue trunks for Reggie Barnett Jr. Still to come, our main event, Thiago Alves versus Julian Lane. Velazquez, true to his word, staying on the outside, circling out. Both fighters saying they're willing to take their time. This their respective 6th pro fight. In bare knuckle, know that you just cannot rush. You have to be first, but you cannot rush. Forward movement now from Reggie Barnett. There's the right hand. Velazquez circling out.
Reggie does such a good job coming forward, yet still staying very defensive.
Short left hand, another left hand. Both fighters talked about this being southpaw versus southpaw. They both feel it's going to take a while to catch each other's rhythm and timing.
There's Reggie.
5 seconds remaining, round 1.
Reggie doing just what you talked about there, cutting off the ring. He's just kind of staying right in front of Abby. He's not chasing. Big left hand right there.
Barnett looking to go to the body, now into the clinch. And again, Barnett Jr. said this is where he does not want to be. The only position he said he does not really want to be in this fight. He didn't say I have a disadvantage. He said that's where Velazquez can make this an even fight. Bouncing the step of Abby Velazquez. Final seconds now, round number 1.
10 seconds.
Some fights we think probably first round knockout. This is not one of those fights. Two really skillful fighters. A stalemate center of the ring. We're headed to round 2.
Hang on, guys, hang on. Let them clear.
Both these guys are just fired up and ready to go. Look, they're already on the line.
All right, gentlemen, to the line. Knuckle up.
Call of knuckle up from Andrew Glenn. Quick start off the scratch line from Abby Velazquez here in round 2. See that forward pressure from Reggie Barnett Jr.
Just staying right in front of Abby's hip.
Break.
Media call a break from Glenn.
Knuckle up.
There's a lot of respect between these two, but there was real heat at yesterday's weigh-in. Abby Velazquez said, Reggie Barnett likes to psych people out. That's not going to work on me.
He's doing a great job of staying right. He's making Abby fight when he wants to.
That's a slip. Left hand goes down. We fight on. Counter left hand from Velazquez. Good combination. Barnett in, right back out. Very slight swelling now under the left eye of Abby Velazquez. 1 minute remaining, round number 2.
Usually when you come forward, that's when you run the risk of getting countered, getting hit.
Big right hand.
That would hurt him right there.
Velazquez now turning his back. It was the most significant punch landed in the fight so far. More significant punches from Reggie Barnett. Velazquez tying up. You see the defensive clinch. When you bring your hands together 100% of the time under this BKFC rule set, that will get you the break. Huge left hand.
He's almost out on his feet.
Velazquez in all sorts of trouble and goes down.
And that's where you talked about that veteran move by taking a knee for a second. Get a break.
6, 7, 8. You good?
Taking the mandatory 8 count from Andrew Glenn.
Reggie smells blood. He's coming for the finish right now.
You see Barnett running forward. Final seconds, round number 2. Another big right hand. This is a huge round number 2. Is that a push? Ruled as a push and a slip by Andrew Glenn. We're headed to round 3.
All right, guys, toeing the line. Knuckles up.
Round number 3, both fighters backing off the scratch line. Now Velazquez stepping in with the right hand.
I think he better feel a sense of urgency right now. He's got to do something to change this fight up. If he just continues to do what he's doing, he's not going to win.
Velazquez circling out, right hand caught in the armpit. Barnett feeling in full control and on cue, waving Abdiel Velazquez forward.
Just stalking him right now.
Velazquez trying to circle out, but you see all defense, no offense. There are the mind games that Velazquez talked about. He said he wouldn't fall for. So he is taking some big shots. Velazquez, huge heart, tenacity, firing back, but he is really taking big shots now.
Break. Step back.
Quick break from Andrew Glenn.
Knuckle up.
See Barnett coming right back into the mid-range. Velazquez taking himself off balance. Big right hand. Across the halfway line of this fight at 135 pounds.
Abby's got to do something to solve this matrix right now that is Reggie Barnett. He's got to try throwing punches from different angles, get inside, try and rough him up. Like I said, Reggie said that's where he does not want to be. That's what makes us even, and he can try and wear him out a little bit, and then he can land more punches. But he's not really trying to do the clinch anymore. That
was a big right to the body, then a left hand. Velazquez again circling out. Just constant pursuit from Reggie Barnett Jr., Chris.
Absolutely. Like I said, he's got a great ability to pursue somebody and be defensive at the same time. Very hard to do. He's seeking to figure out a way to do it, and it's paying dividends right now.
Closing stages, final seconds, round number 3. Not the dominance from Barnett in round 3 that we saw in round 2, but he is still controlling the tempo of this fight, as we are now through 3 rounds. Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship debut versus Julian Lane.
You know, I would have liked to hear a little bit different instructions from Velazquez's corner right there. They said, come on, 2-round rounds, you can get it. I mean, what can he do different? He needs to get in there, he needs a clinch, he needs to hit the body more, he needs to, I wanted to hear something a little bit more than you can do it.
Not a big advocate for the cheerleading rounds, are you?
I mean, I know you can do it, but what the person needs right now is instructions on how to do it.
A plan B is what Abdiel Velazquez needs.
Not just that, but so, I mean, it's just like when you do it in MMA and somebody says, get up. I'm like, I never thought of that. Get up. It's not that easy. Or hit him. You know, I'm trying to hit him. How do I hit him? Step in with that jab. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear clinch. Work the inside when you're in there.
70 seconds remaining, round number 4. Reggie Barnett Jr. feeling in full control, but Abdiel Velazquez, such a talented fighter. We talked about heart in his corner between rounds 3 and 4. He has a lot of talent and a lot of heart, but make no mistake, right now this is Reggie Barnett Jr.'s fight. For it to become Abdiel Velazquez's fight, Chris, he has to change this rhythm. He's circling out, he's defensive, and it's Barnett continuing to lead, continuing to land.
I mean, at this point, I'd say let's get aggressive. You get off first. Let's push the pace. Let's see if we can make Reggie back up. Let's see how he does off his back foot. I know when Johnny Bedford did it, he didn't like it very much.
Velazquez said he really feels that Barnett gets frustrated when he's hit. He just hasn't been able to hit Reggie Barnett Jr. that often in this fight, especially starting with round number 2. Good left hand right to the body, left hook, big combination, another left hand.
Those were some devastating body punches right there.
10 seconds.
Now into the clinch. Reggie Barnett Jr. said, no way that Velazquez can beat me on the outside or in the mid-range. He said he's even with me in the clinch. We head to the 5th and final round.
All right, jumping toe the line.
Florida.
Last round.
5th and final round of our feature fight. Abdiel Velazquez versus Reggie Barnett Jr. at 135 pounds. Velazquez dropped by Barnett in round number 2. And you see with that movement, Barnett really feeling it here in the 5th and final round. Looks as though he's really felt it since the start of round 2 and maybe even into round number 1, Chris.
Absolutely, from when he came dancing out. I think right now, Abby just hasn't really earned his respect. I think Reggie's not worried about anything at this point.
Swelling under the left eye of Abdiel Velazquez.
Great combination right there by Reggie Barnett.
Snap jab. On the overhand right. Methodical to the body goes Reggie Barnett. This is clinical, this is slick. Into the body, you can hear those thudding shots. Oh, that's in big trouble, and that is knockdown number 2.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You want to continue? Step over here.
You heard yeah from Abby Velazquez.
Knuckle up.
I'm not a big believer in moral victories, but that was a moral victory for Velazquez just to get off of the canvas.
Yeah, he took a hard shot right there.
Reggie Barnett Jr. showing his class against a really first-class fighter in Abby Velazquez.
Good body work, man. He's showing his range upstairs, downstairs. He's mixing it up. He's taking whatever the defense is giving him, which is a great thing.
Break, break. Watch your fingers. Watch your fingers in the eye.
Heard Andrew Glenn telling Barnett, watch the fingers.
10 seconds.
Barnett waving Velazquez forward and throws the right hand.
Great defense.
Both fighters continuing to swing big. Final seconds of this fight. There is the bell. Wow.
That was some of the best work I've seen Barnett right there. He would block punches, and as soon as he get hit with the left hand, he'd come back with his own left hand.
Ladies and gentlemen, after completing the scheduled 5 rounds, here are the score totals from our judges at ringside. Howard Reichbach, Michael Ross, and Daniel Torres all score the fight 50-43 to the winner by unanimous decision, Reggie